Welcome students to my channel BioWorld. Today in this video we are going to start a new chapter under plant physiology, that is transpiration. So transpiration is a physiological process in the plant where loss of water takes place in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. Now we need to understand that the loss is in the form of water vapor, and there are some parts from where this water vapor is released out into the atmosphere. Aerial parts means the parts which lies up in the air, and among them the most important part are the leaves. The leaves have the small openings on their surface, and those openings are called stomata. Now this very important process for the development of the plant and for the other processes takes place because of the transpiration, and the important thing is also that this process helps in keeping the plant turgid, upright, straight. There are different mode of transpiration, there are different kinds of transpiration which I wrote down here: stomatal transpiration, cuticular transpiration, lenticular transpiration. Now there are different types because there are different structure that helps in transpiration. As we know that most of the transpiration takes place from the stomata, so around 80 to 90% of transpiration takes place from stomata, so it comes under stomatal transpiration. Then the cuticular transpiration means the layer, a kind of waxy layer over the surface of the epidermis. From there also evaporation takes place, and that is called cuticular transpiration. And lastly, from the lenticels. Now lenticels are the opening which are found on the woody stems, or the stems which have become older, the bark, the trunk. So from there also transpiration takes place, but these transpiration only is important or measurable when stomatal transpiration is not been very effective. And transpiration importance are too many. Like the first one I wrote here, cooling effect. Now plant stays all time outside and facing the sun, facing the temperature, so it needs to keep itself cool. As we perspire, and evaporation of sweat gives us cooling effect. But similarly, plant undergoing this process provided itself with the cooling effect. Suction pull. Suction pull is a pressure or the force created to pull the water molecule from the lower column. As the vapor goes on evaporating into the atmosphere, it forms a channel of water molecule that is pulled by this force created under transpiration. Distribution of water and minerals. So this suction pull helps in pulling up water along with the dissolved minerals in it, that is called ascent of sap. There are more other importance and significance of transpiration, like I told you, turgidity, making a plant straight, upright, and other developmental process where transpiration helps a plant. Now these are the important introductory part under transpiration. We need to study about the measurement of transpiration also in this chapter. So transpiration, as we know that the water vapor is released, and measuring water vapor is not possible. It's not practical. So how we are going to measure it? There are different methods, there are different devices been made for the process of measuring it. There are weighing method where initial weight and final weight is taken, and then the difference gives a measurement. So what we are measuring then? We are measuring the water uptake but not the water loss, and that makes it approximately gives the value of the measurement of transpiration. You can see here that I have made Genong's spotometer, this diagram, a device, and this spotometer is a device that helps in measuring the water uptake by the plant but not the water loss by the plant. That has to be kept in the mind. So this Genong spotometer, as it was designed by Genong scientist, was named under it Genong spotometer. You can see flask is there which holds a leafy twig or branch without root. You have to understand that water is filled up through the delivery tube and through the bent tube which is inserted into a beaker. And there is a reservoir with the stopcock and stand. This reservoir helps in adding or introducing extra water into the delivery tube after there is a decrease in the level of the water there. And this bent tube or delivery tube is marked with the measuring labels like 0 ml, 1 ml, 2 ml. So hence graduation means the measurement. And air bubble is introduced into the graduated bent tube. That is very difficult to introduce air bubble into it, but this air bubble movement indicates the measurement of water uptake by this leafy twig. Remember, there are some limitation of this photometer, as leafy twig cannot be kept like alive for longer period of time. So this experiment is completely like a very faster one. It cannot be so practical, but there are no options other than measuring transpiration in this way. So this experimental setup is kept in outside under a certain temperature, and then the movement of the air bubble is noted. After some time, it will be found that from the initial level, the air bubble will start moving to the next level. It could be 5 ml, 4 ml, and that difference between the initial level and final level will be taken as the value of the water uptake by the leafy twig. As leaves are there, leaves are transpiring continuously, pulling water from the lower column, and that reads the measurement of the uptake of water, which will be equal to the water loss. Again, by adding extra water into the delivery tube, the air bubble will be pushed back into the original position to measure the second reading. In this way, first reading, second reading, third reading, at different hours of the day, the water measurement could be taken. So this a kind of approximately measurement of transpiration is done by this process. So Ganong's photometer or any photometer, if a question comes, name a device that measures transpiration, we need to write photometer. Actually, if you have to define photometer, you have to write that photometer is a device that helps in measuring water uptake by the plant that approximately equalizes the water loss by transpiration. So there are some other methods and devices which helps in measuring transpiration. In my next video, I will be dealing with some experimental way of measuring transpiration or reading transpiration, which is very important. So we need to understand all these processes and the method which is helpful in measuring it. Hopefully, students, you have liked this video. If you have liked this video, please do like, share it with your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you.